Welcome to Judge Zone. In today's episode, a wife calls out her pool business owner husband over his late-night visits and bikini-wearing clients while demanding full financial support. In another case, a father wants his child support payments reduced after his daughter moves in with him, but his ex-wife can't be found. Two cases, and plenty of questions about responsibility. Let's dive in.
Okay, Mrs. Harper, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, basically, I am leaving Mr. Harper because I have reason to believe that he's been involved with other women, and we have 2 children. We've only been married 2 years.
Okay.
And I'm devastated.
All right. How old are your children?
They are 2 and 6 months.
Oh, you have little babies.
We do.
Okay.
We do.
All right. So you said you have reason to believe. What do you mean by that?
A marriage is falling apart before the court sighs. Mrs. Harper says her husband has been seeing other women while she stays home caring for their 2 children, both under the age of 2. Heartbroken and searching for answers, she is ready to reveal what she believes has been happening behind her back. Now, the court begins uncovering the truth.
Well, we're in the pool business. My husband, soon to be ex-husband, is in the pool business. And, he's going out to these pools after they're finished. I mean, these women are in their bikinis. They're laying out, why does he need to be over there? He's saying that he's just servicing. I don't know what he's servicing.
Servicing the pool after hours?
That's a good question. That's
That's the question everyone is asking. Late-night visits, bikini-clad clients, and a husband who seems to spend an unusual amount of time servicing his customers. Mrs. Harper isn't convinced it's all part of the pool business, and the judge appears skeptical as well. With so many suspicious details, it's becoming harder to believe there isn't more to the story.
So, yeah, I mean, I looked at his phone one day. I mean, it was just because I needed to check on something because I'm in the business too. I'm the secretary.
Okay.
And there's these women, these customers that are texting him. And I mean, I can't even repeat what some of these texts
The customers that are in the swimsuits?
So they're the women of these pools that have been put in, and they're texting him long after the pools have been put in.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Okay.
What starts as a simple glance at her husband's phone quickly turns into something much more troubling. Mrs. Harper says she discovered messages from female clients long after their pool projects had been completed. According to her, the texts crossed professional boundaries and contained content she felt was too inappropriate to repeat in court. For her, the messages were a clear sign that something wasn't right.
And so what are you seeking here today?
Well, basically, I just can't bring my children up in this kind of situation. And I basically want to leave with the children. And, he makes a lot of money. Our business makes a lot of money. But when I leave, I'm not going to have that. So I need to keep the lifestyle that my children and I have had. They go to private school.
She's not just seeking a divorce. She wants to keep the life she's built. From private school tuition and childcare expenses to their $500,000 home, Mrs. Harper is asking the court to maintain the family's current lifestyle. And in her view, her husband should be responsible for covering every penny of it.
And we have a nanny, and so I need to continue that so that their lives aren't disturbed. And we live in a house, $500,000, and I need to maintain something similar so that it's not a big adjustment for any of us.
Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions. Private school, do you all pay tuition for that?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. How much is it? If you were to break it down monthly, because I know tuition sometimes isn't a monthly thing.
It's about $1,800 a month.
1,800.
When Mrs. Harper mentions private school for a 2-year-old and a 6-month-old baby, even the judge seems surprised. With tuition costing around $1,800 a month, it's clear this family has been living a very comfortable lifestyle. The discussion quickly shifts from basic needs to the high-cost standard of living they have become accustomed to.
What kind of private school is it?
It's a good private school.
Oh my gosh. They teaching the baby how to drive?
Well, the baby's not there yet, but he will
Well,
be.
the 2-year-old, right?
Well,
That's still a baby for $1,800.
It's a tuitional. I mean, you grow with the school, so.
Does the tuition payment grow too?
No.
Oh, okay. So it stays at $1,800.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once they're accepted, they're accepted.
Okay. I follow you now.
The judge can't hide her surprise. Paying $1,800 a month in private school tuition for children this young seems extraordinary at first. But then another detail changes the conversation. Once the children are accepted, the tuition rate is locked in and won't increase over time. Suddenly, what sounded outrageous starts to make a little more financial sense, and the judge begins to understand the reasoning behind the family's decision.
So if we were to break that down monthly, that's about $150 a month. What about the nanny? How much does she cost monthly?
I mean, he pays most of the bills, so he can probably answer that better.
Okay. Have you already started looking at other homes, other apartments, or anything like that?
Yeah, there's a couple other homes in the neighborhood that I'd really like to move into. I think that would be the least disruptive to me and to the kids.
Okay.
A nanny, private school, and now a request to stay in the same neighborhood because moving would be too disruptive for the children. As Mrs. Harper lays out her expectations, the list of expenses continues to grow. And the biggest financial issue may still be ahead, because the discussion hasn't even reached the mortgage and housing costs yet.
So, yeah. And
would you be renting out those homes?
Basically, I would like to buy one.
Okay.
So that we can maintain the same lifestyle that we've had.
Okay. If you were to buy a home, the homes that you were looking at, what are you looking at on mortgage?
About $3,000 a month.
Okay.
But again, I mean, I would think he would need to pay the majority of that.
Okay.
Mrs. Harper isn't looking for a rental home. She wants to purchase a new one. With mortgage payments estimated at around $3,000 per month, she's asking the court to have her husband cover most of the cost. As the financial requests continue to add up, the issue of spousal support becomes the major focus of the case, carrying significant financial implications for both sides.
So you want him to buy you a home? You and the children a home?
I mean, I would call it spousal support. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about any other bills that you would potentially have to pay?
So, I think he should keep paying for the nanny and the private school.
Okay.
And, I have been only working part-time. And of course, I would not want to keep working in the business with him and these customers who are still coming around.
So far, Mrs. Harper is asking for a lot. She wants her husband to help pay for a new home, continue covering the nanny's expenses, keep the children enrolled in private school, and provide financial support while she works toward finding a job. As the hearing continues, her requests seem to grow larger, leaving the court to decide what is reasonable and what goes too far.
So I would have to find a job, and that could take a really long time. So I would think he should pay everything until I find something where I can work part-time.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
Well, just don't believe his excuses about these women. That's all I can say.
Oh, okay. All right, Miss.
Finding a new job, she says, could take a long time. Until then, Mrs. Harper wants her husband to continue paying for everything, every bill, every expense, every part of their current lifestyle. As she lays it out in court, the judge listens closely, but her patience is clearly starting to wear thin.
Mr. Harper?
Well, there's no excuses about any of the women. I had developed this business long before we got married.
Okay.
And we've been married a couple of years. And I've worked hard to get this business to where it is. I've got a great staff. I've got a great team of crews out there working. And, one of the things that I do is I go out and I make sure the work's quality work so I can put my name on it. Do I take care of my clients after we've put in a pool? Absolutely.
Mr. Harper finally speaks up, and he strongly defends himself. He says he built his pool business before the marriage and has worked hard to grow and maintain it. He explains that meeting clients, even outside regular hours, is part of getting referrals and keeping the business running. Now the question is whether his explanation will be enough to convince anyone in the courtroom.
Well, your definition of taking care, is it what she's thinking?
No.
Okay.
It's I maintain contact with my clients, and they contact me if there's an issue, if they've got questions.
He maintains contact.
And I go out and I see those clients because that tends to give me more referral business. And I'm not having to spend as much on marketing and advertising as I would if I didn't have that referral business.
Okay.
He calls it client maintenance. She sees it very differently. Mr. Harper insists that his after-hours visits are strictly about referrals and maintaining business relationships, not anything inappropriate. Still, the judge isn't satisfied yet and continues pressing for a clearer explanation, determined to look deeper into what's really going on.
I want to make sure I keep in contact with all those clients.
Why are these women saying that, come over, I'm going to be laying out?
They tell me whatever they want to tell me. That has nothing to do with.
So you go join them while they're laying out?
Well, I mean, if they're out by the pool, they're out by the pool. That has nothing to do with my business.
Do you join them in the pool?
No.
Okay.
I saw a picture. One of those texts had a picture of you in the pool.
I don't.
What were you doing in the pool? You were checking the depth?
I don't remember ever seeing that picture. So
Then the judge brings up a major piece of evidence, a photo of Mr. Harper inside a client's pool. He claims he doesn't remember the moment, but that explanation doesn't convince anyone in the courtroom. As the questions continue, his credibility starts to weaken in real time, and the tension in the room grows stronger.
Now, I will say this. She has imagined a lot of stuff that goes on.
She has a good imagination.
Very good.
Oh,
and
okay.
she does work part-time as the secretary, but her primary job is to take care of the kids.
Okay, so you'll agree with everything she said about taking care of the kids and everything like that.
And she does a fairly good job when she's there.
Oh, what does that mean?
Primarily, the nanny does all the work.
Okay.
Mr. Harper then admits that the nanny handles most of the day-to-day childcare. He also begins questioning his wife's role and dedication as a mother. The tone in the courtroom shifts quickly as his defense moves away from explaining his actions and turns into criticism of her parenting instead. The tension rises as both sides become more confrontational.